And so while you may think all those things don't matter, when you get married, are all your friends single? When you get married, you need to have married friends.
Mm-hmm.
You need to make sure that you're surrounding yourself. And so some of the safeguards, boundaries we've set is, I'm not going to go out to lunch with a guy by myself. It's just certain things I'm not going to do. And so what are some of the boundaries and safeguards you've set in your relationship to set you up for success? Because if you don't have a plan for, because the Bible says stay away from even the
Appearance.
appearance of wickedness. If you don't have a plan in place to protect your integrity and your relationship and your character, you're going to end up failing.
Yep, and I like what you said there, Brian, about learning how to become whole while you're single so that you'll know what to look for in a godly mate. That is so key because if you don't know what you're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to find what you're not looking for.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be, you're going to spend a lot of time on things that are going to be time wasters.
And I'm glad you said that, Brian, because something that the Lord was speaking to my heart when Gil was talking. So many times we have these lists of what we want the other person to bring. We also need to have a list of things we won't do.
AKA deal breakers.
Yeah, we for ourselves. No, I'm not going to be talking on the phone with some guy, or no, I'm not going to be going out to lunch with a coworker. You need to have some things that you set up for yourself. So we have all these lists about other people, but what are the things we're doing to govern and operate in self-control in our own life? Because
Right.
I think that we are so focused on what other people need to do, and we think of boundaries as a way to keep people out. But I believe the boundary is an inward swinging door, and boundaries keep you back, and it makes you use self control. I don't think boundaries is just about you keeping people out. I think sometimes boundaries are about you being able to restrain yourself and say, I don't do that,
They're
or
just
I
things that
don't
I'm
go
not going to
here.
do. Yeah.
So what are some things your I can't and I don't and I won't?
And it's not just about those can'ts, don'ts, and won'ts, about your individualism and things that you have just said, I'm not going to do. You have to have a same type of list for the things that you're not going to do in your relationship
Mm-hmm.
because that's where that guard and that protection comes in place.